I know, just maybe a day or two ago, I made a fucking video talking about how the Indians should definitely trade for Donaldson, and what do you know? I mean, I'm a Blue Jays fan, so this kind of fucking sucks, but at the same time, I haven't seen this guy play since fucking May, so, it doesn't hurt as much. We knew we weren't going to have him after this year anyways. And I also may have put a little bit of a wager on Cleveland a little while ago to win the World Series, so that I'm also very excited about that. Anyways, we'll get back on track here. Cleveland, oh man. This is a team that, like I said before, the one thing they don't have is that middle of the lineup that's going to scare you. Every other team's got that. You can't fuck around with the middle of the lineup. You still got to fucking pitch to them. Cleveland, it was Lindor, Brantley, Ramirez, and then fucking Encarnacion, which is probably the best top four. One of the best. I'd say the best top four in the league. And now you add just a superstar, an absolute game changer. This is a guy who, if you exclude this year, right, and you took his 3 seasons with the Blue Jays, excluding this one, he was second in WAR to only fucking Mike Trout. And he missed 50 games, last year. And he was still fucking unbelievable. This is the second best hitter in the league, in my opinion. And I'm sure a lot of people will agree with that. When you watch this man play, this is a man who, oh my God, every time he's at the plate, you're like, what is he going to fucking do? And he's not that old. He's only 32. He's obviously got some injury problems, but I saw a tweet, some random Indians fan. It was like, we don't fucking need him for 3 years. We need him for 2 months. All you need is 2 months of Josh Donaldson. And, oh man, am I ever excited for that wager I made, because this is a team that over the past few years has been all about pitching. And their pitching is better than it was before. The bullpen, I still think the bullpen's better. Once Andrew Miller comes back, everyone's role is going to, they're going to have their normal roles again. So the bullpen's not going to be a problem. They also got, they fixed that issue at the first deadline with the Padres. They got Hand and the other guy, I forget his fucking name. Anyways, I also fucking talked about this earlier. It's not, like, July 31st doesn't mean shit. It does not mean shit because, yeah, Manny Machado got traded. But this is a way, way bigger move than Manny Machado. Manny Machado's a big name. Manny Machado, other than this year, you look at his stats, he wasn't an amazing hitter. He was a good hitter. He was a fucking stud in the infield. I'm not going to give him any slack okay, I don't know what the fuck the saying is. I'm not going to give him any shit there. But Josh Donaldson is the second best fucking hitter in the league. And this is a team that last year won 100 games. The year before was 1 run away in Game 7 extra innings of the World Series to winning the fucking World Series. And that team, they have better starting pitching then, because Kluber is the same, but you add Trevor Bauer, who's been unbelievable. Clevenger, Carrasco wasn't even there then. The bullpen is still amazing. And now you have Lindor and Ramirez, who are just MVPs. You add another fucking MVP with Donaldson. And like, I cannot tell you how good of a baseball player this man is. This guy is so fun to watch. He is unbelievable. And, you know, you also have a guy like Encarnacion and Brantley who also weren't there during that World Series run. Keep all this in mind. That World Series team, you're adding, Trevor Bauer had an ERA of what, like 4 those few years? He's one of the best pitchers in the league now. Clevenger is way better. Carrasco. So you add those 3 pitchers. Oh my god. You add those 3 pitchers. Kluber is still the same. You add Lindor, who is now a superstar. You add Ramirez, who is now a unbelievable player. I think he could very easily win AL MVP this year. You add Brantley because he was injured that year. He didn't play in the World Series. You add Encarnacion the year after the World Series. And, oh my god, now you add Josh Donaldson. This is a fucking stacked team. I cannot even explain how convinced I am they're going to win the World Series. Because I don't think Boston can beat them. You cannot, like I said in another video about the Red Sox, they just had an 11-run inning the other day. That is not going to happen in the playoffs. I cannot stress this enough. You do not get 11-run innings in the playoffs. You do not win 11-10 games in the playoffs. You win 3-2 games, 4-3, like fucking normal scored games, and the Red Sox are just blowing by all these shitty teams and shitty pitchers. But what happens when you see Kluber and Bauer and Carrasco 1, 2, 3 like that? And you better fucking hope Chris Sale has a good game. Because if you don't, you're down 3-0 in the series. And you're facing this lineup. Oh man. And honestly, I really like Houston as well. I think whoever wins that series in the first round is gonna win the World Series. Houston or Cleveland, that's the fucking teams. Those are the teams to beat in the AL. Because Boston, I don't fucking trust that pitching. Especially in Fenway. We even saw the Indians beat the fuck out of them a week or 2 ago. You're telling me that they're gonna not be able to do it in the playoffs when they got Kluber, Carrasco, Bowers, fucking... I don't even know what's going on with Salazar. But you've got those 3 plus Clevenger, and Boston's got Chris Sale. And David Price has been shit ever since he came to Boston. Rick Porcello is the most inconsistent man I've ever seen. And that offense is beating up on shitty pitchers. Like, when Steve Pearce is having that kind of year with the Red Sox, you know it's flawed. Cleveland is established. This is a team that knows they can win. Because they were so fucking close, and they're 10 times better than they were then. Now. They're better than they were last year. They're light years ahead of what they were last year, and they won 100-something games last year. They were the 1 seed last year. So, yeah. This is an exciting time for baseball. Because this is going to be a good playoffs, man. That Houston-Cleveland series will be good. We're probably going to get, I'm hoping we get Red Sox-Yankees. And this is going to be fun, man. Whoever comes out the AL, if it's not Houston or Cleveland, there, whoever it is going to win the World Series. But I think it's Cleveland. If not Houston, I'd put a bet on them. Put a bet on them if you don't like Cleveland.